Welcome to part 3 of my Carneddau walk. Just heading down off Carneddau and nice views down there. There's smoke over there, fire or something. Heading down and going to tackle the next one, Helgi. A bit tough to get down off this way sometimes, a little bit of scrambling involved. We're basically going along and up that one. Right, I'm going to try a bit of bushcraft. I reckon I should be able to tell the time from the shadow on this rock. And it should be accurate, it's quartz. So I reckon, let's have a look, yeah, I reckon it's about nearly 2:30. Clever that, isn't it? Bit of bushcraft for you. This is a well marked path coming down. It's just when you get to them rocks down there you've got a bit of down scrambling to do. And last time I remember I had to climb down face to the rock. Quite a couple of tricky pieces down there. We'll see that when we get there. There you go, looking back. Once you come down off the scree slopes, this is a clear trail all the way through until you get through those rocks where there's a bit of scrambling to do. And he's just got up again, but it just dropped a minute ago and I got dropped lower. Stifling when the wind drops. There's another place you don't want to go too close to the edge. Whew. Looking back, there's a path that goes down towards the lake, but I've just followed this right along. Go through the rocks and then head on to Helgi. This is the scrambly bit. It's not too bad in this weather. There's a good grip on the rock, good handholds. I think that bit last time was all wet and it was really tricky, but in this weather it's fine. I'm going up there next. Right, that's the tricky bit I remember from last time. That is a down climb, which in these conditions is fine, but when it's wet and slippery it's a bit of a nightmare. Down to the bottom now to head across. Right, that's what I've just come down. Looks worse than it is. This is where here is where I normally drop down and follow the path over to the road and back down there. And I'm just looking at Helgi, and you can see the path part way up and it seems to disappear. I've just been speaking to the guy there. He said it's okay, it's clear when you get up there. It's a bit of a scramble. It looks like it's a bit like the Nantler Ridge. It looks worse than it is. So I'm going to do that one. And I've no idea whether I look like a lobster or anything with the sun today. I forgot my cap. Sweating, red in the face. There's the reservoir. And it went a bit cooler up there and now it's just as hot as it was earlier on. It's absolutely roasting. So we'll tackle that one next. There is a bit of exposure on this one. Not too bad, but I think this is going to be quite a difficult one. Especially after I've already done over 6 miles. Oh dear me. Great views. Let's get on that grassy bit there. Going up there. Come down that. Oh, keep going. Ooh, looks a bit scary that. It's basically, there's a path that goes round up so far and then you just scramble up. Got a few butterflies. I haven't been this nervous on a mountain path for ages. It's probably not as bad as it looks, hopefully. There we go. It's probably just the not knowing. Oh, it's absolutely scorching. You're not telling me it's less than 20 degrees. So I can go up there. I'm going to put the camera in my bag. I'm a little bit nervous. I haven't even come a few feet. It's not a sheer drop, but it just feels like it. I'm going to put the camera in my bag and I'll film again at the top. I didn't really enjoy that. There's a real sense of exposure on that. It's only real exposure in 2 or 3 places, but there's nothing technical about the scramble. But I haven't been that nervous since Crib Gork. That's really roasting. I'm gonna be boiled like a lobster. The sun's scorching, but this is all flat on the top, thankfully, and I believe it's a long grassy slope down. That's where we come down from. Oh, got a handshake. So, pt3, if you don't like heights or exposure, don't bother. Especially not on your own. Sweating as much with fear as heat. Right, let's get this done then. It's a very innocuous looking mountain from this side. Oh. Right, now I've had a little bit of time to think about that. Scramble wise, as I say, there's nothing technical in that scramble. It just feels like there's a big drop behind you. I sort of used my knees a few times, sort of crawled up a little bit. I wasn't very comfortable doing that. But saying that, would I do it again? Probably, yeah. It'll probably be easier next time. You can see that haze is really coming in now. You can hardly see Trevan there. Got to get down off here somewhere, and then I've probably got about a 3 or 4 mile walk back to the car. Oh, that's the A5 right the way down there. I don't know if you can see on this camera, but the track that's going down, if I'd have dropped down to the reservoir, that's the track I would have followed down. I'd be plodding along that, but now if I'd gone that way. There's Llyn Ogwyn, so we parked just before Llyn Ogwyn, so it's not too far. We've got to get down off here first. What time is it? 4 o'clock. Been going 6.5 hours, just over, and I've done 7 mile just over, and 4 peaks, 3 of them the 3000s. I'm not sure the height of pt3. I think it might be 2.7 or 2.8 or something. I'll put all the heights on the video if I remember. And part 1, if you haven't seen it, I did mention a couple of fundraising things that are coming up. So if you want to have a look at part 1 of this walk, near the end, there's a couple of charity things coming up that you might be interested in. But let's see how we get down off here. This path is never ending. There's Llyn Ogwyn, where my car's parked, just by the trees. I think it does cut back down here towards the A5, but it's going to be a nightmare walking back along the road. I've had enough now. What have I done now? 8 miles, 25 past 4. First day back in the mountains after months. Oh well, keep going. Right, just follow that trail. That last little bit gets lost in the grass, but you're just basically heading for that stile by the gate. And then it looks like a cutting back that way towards the A5. Right, I've just come with that footbridge, and the path actually takes you down here to meet a road to go to the A5. But this, if you come over this little stile, this joins the reservoir road, which is further over down to the A5. So I think it'd be quicker to go along here and then drop down the reservoir road to the A5. And think I will cut a corner doing it that way. Probably not much in it, but I'm going to try that. At least this way it feels like I'm walking towards the van, which is down there. If I'd have gone down there, I'd have picked up the farm road. Flies everywhere. I'd have picked up the farm road and ended up down there. So, let's see if we can either get off on the reservoir road or carry on along it and see where that gets to. Oh, been a long day. Oh, that's Llewellyn behind the top there. That's where I come down. Followed that stream, go over a few stiles. You can't go that way, so it's down the horrible tarmac road to the A5, and then back to the car. Oh well. That feeling when you've done 4 peaks and 9 mile. And it's a long and lonely road. What time is it now? It's just coming up to 5 o'clock. 7.5 hours. So I have been taking it easy. Been stopping and resting. Stopped a bit for dinner and took my shoes and socks off. Stopped for drink breaks. I've just finished the last of my water about 10 minutes ago. So luckily we're not far because I left my water filter at home. There we go, down to Llyn. I'll finish it there and just do a quick update when I get back to the car about the final mileage and the thoughts about the route. That's pavement pounding first.